Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my presentation on cross-curricular learning. As previously mentioned, in this series of the presentation, I will be primarily focusing on the connections between English and science. I shall then explore ICT's role in the primary classroom before concluding my thoughts on the topic. Firstly, I would like to highlight a pertinent quote the Department of Education states within the new national curriculum. Fluency in the English language is an essential foundation for all subjects. As stated by the national curriculum, the quality and variety of language that pupils hear and speak are key factors in developing their scientific vocabulary and articulating scientific concepts clearly and precisely. They must be assisted in making their thinking clear both to themselves and to others. I have devised a series of 4 lessons focused on the traditional tale Jack and the Beanstalk. The series of lessons all focus on a number of significant features from both the science and the English national curriculum. These include using their own ideas to suggest answers to questions, observing and making predictions. The use of fiction and non-fiction texts. The introductory session is about sharing the text, finding out the key themes of the topic and acquiring new vocabulary. It's also good for children to understand that books are a useful source of information and that good reading skills are important for success in their future lives. And of course, as we are all aware, the key theme within Jack and the Beanstalk is the growth of the beanstalk. And as you can probably guess, this is where the science element becomes enhancing. And this is where the series of lessons becomes very exciting for the children. We are going to explore our own beanstalks. And yes, although they do not exist, plants do, and conveniently, plants is a key topic within the Key Stage 1 curriculum. The national curriculum states pupils might work scientifically by observing closely, perhaps using magnifying glasses and comparing and contrasting familiar plants, describing how they were able to identify them and group them. Pupils might keep records of how plants have changed over time. Referring back to the key features of the science curriculum I mentioned earlier, which were making predictions and observing, this lesson is all about observing seeds and plants and growth and predicting how they may change. Finally, we conclude the series of lessons by employing all of our newfound language and producing materials such as storyboards, poetry and role play. Furthermore, I am now going to discuss the role of ICT within the primary classroom. A report made by the NIME states that an increase in student exposure to educational ICT through curriculum integration has a significant and positive impact on student achievement, especially in terms of knowledge, comprehension, practical skill and presentation in subject areas such as maths. If we take a step back and revisit the lessons on Jack and the Beanstalk, we could use technology to show the growth cycle from a seed to a plant. This is another example of effective and useful cross-curricular learning. However, in the NIME research project, they also outlined 3 main concerns for ICT in education. Overall, I believe cross-curricular learning is an exceptional trend in breaking down walls between traditional topics of instruction, and although I feel it's of importance when reflecting on my own practice as a teacher, I see the true importance of cross-curricular learning, particularly in the early years, and this is something I strive to achieve often.
Created using Powtoon.